Hey, so hello everyone. In this video, we'll be solving the question number 1464, which is the maximum product of two elements in an array. The question is marked easy. It is very easy to understand as well. The constraints are also very small. So the brute force and the optimal approach will both work. So let's first understand the question, look at the constraints, one or two examples, and then approach and solve it. Okay. So yeah, let's first understand the question. What does it want to say? And yeah, we are given an integer array nums, okay, and we need to choose two different indices I and j, two different indices I and j of that array. We need to return the maximum value of nums I minus 1 multiplied by nums j minus 1. Okay, so one number is nums of I minus 1 and the other number is nums of j minus 1. Okay, let's jot down what we have understood. We are given an integer array which is nums. We need to select two indices I, j such that the two numbers formed, it is nums I and b, nums j, give the maximum product of the condition provided a minus 1 multiplied by b minus 1 is maximum, which is nothing but nums I minus 1 multiplied by nums j minus 1. Okay, yep, we have understood this much. So okay, let's first, one of the main thing is to write down whatever you have understood, so that as a result when you are writing down you get an idea what are the constraints and the question is asking, so you will intuitively form your approaches, and as a result that chain will lead to a better and better approach. Okay, let's then understand the constraints. That nums length is 2 till 500. Okay, it is less than 1000, which is 10 power 3, and nums of 5 is in the range 1 to 10 power 3, which is nothing but positive. Okay, this is positive and this is less than 1000, less than 1000. Okay, this is less than 1000 and the numbers are positive. So let's first take one example. We need to select two index I and j where I is not equals to j, that is both are different index. Okay, so yeah, let's form pairs one by one. 3 when paired with 4. Okay, index 0 comma 1, 0 comma 2, 0 comma 3, 1 comma 2, 1 comma 3. Just a second guys. 2 comma 3, 1 2 3 4 5 6, I guess. Yep, these many pairs can be formed, which is nothing but 3 and 4, nothing but 3 and 5. 0 comma 3 is 3 comma 2. Okay, 1 comma 2 is 4 comma 5. 1 comma 3 is 4 comma 2. 2 and 3 is 5 comma 2. These are I and j and these are the nums values. Okay, let's write that down here. I comma j. Nums I, nums j, and the multiplication would be 3 minus 1 star 4 minus 1, which is equal to 2 into 3, which is 6, Likewise here it will be 2 star 4, which is 8. Likewise here it will be 2 into 1, 2 into 1 equals to 2, 3 into 4 is equals to 12, 3 into 1 is equals to 3, and 4 equals to 1, which is equals to 4. So the maximum answer is 12. Okay, likewise you will do for this as well. So I'll just skip to that part directly. Okay, so here also I have paired each pair as per ij. Here are its values and its multiplication by subtracting 1 from each element, and as a result the maximum answer obtained is 16, which is of the pair 1, 3. So one conclusion that can be formed is do double loop, which is for I equals to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Let's make it more readable. Okay, yep. And for j equals to I plus 1, j less than n, j plus plus. Okay, and we will check the maximum of answer, comma, nums I minus 1 multiplied by nums j minus 1. Okay, and as a result what we get as the final answer will return the answer. Since this is 2 times loop, nested loops, the complexity will be of n power 2, and since here it is maximum of 500 star 500, this is the size of the array, which is less than 10 power 8, so this will be accepted. Okay, let's move to the implementation. Okay, so answer equals to 0 for int I equals to 0, I less than nums dot size I plus plus, for int j equals to I plus 1, j less than nums dot size j plus plus, answer equals to max of answer comma nums of I minus 1 star nums of j minus 1. Okay, and we will return answer. Okay, just a minute. Okay, so yeah, let's this will be O of n, and this will also be O of n. So as a result, the final time complexity will be O of n power 2, which is O of n square, and space complexity will be O of 1, because we are using only one variable extra. So let's move to the optimal approach. Okay, so you might have observed here that the numbers which are giving the maximum answers are also the numbers which are maximum in the array. Here 4 and 5 are the top 2 elements, and they are yielding the maximum answer. Okay, in here also we can see that 16 is obtained by selecting 5 and 5, which are the top or the maximum 2 numbers of that particular array. So why don't we just select top 2, or nothing but maximum 2 numbers. Okay, So how we will get the maximum two numbers is by using one approach, and that will be nothing but using two variables and iterating array once. So time complexity will be O of n, okay, which is a linear time. O of n is called linear time complexity. Okay, so let's get an approach. Suppose our array is a, b, c, d, e, and we will declare two variables, max1, max2, okay, and we will give them as integer mean. Once we will iterate, while we iterate the in array, we check if that element is greater than the maximum one. If it is true, we give the value of maximum 1 to max2, which is nothing but max2 equals to max1, and update the value of max1 with nums I. Okay, if that's not the case, that nums I is not greater than max1, there is a possibility that nums I is greater than max2. So what we will do is we will update the value of max2 to nums I, and finally what we will do is return max1 minus 1 star max2 minus 1. Okay, so let's implement it. Okay, we will add comments as well. Declare max1 and max2 with integer mean. Okay, we chose max integer mean because every other number will be greater than it. Okay, so the max will give the maximum answer and not an incorrect answer. Okay, now we will iterate nums. For this is called the for each loop. If this val is greater than max1, what we'll do is update the value of max2 with max1 and assign the value of val to max1. Okay, else if the number is smaller than max1, not greater than max1, but it is greater than max2, we assign the value of val to max2. Okay, and then we return max1 minus 1 star max2 minus 1. Okay, we will put these guys in bracket, otherwise as per the BODMAS rule answer will be different. Let's check this, and while we do that, let's give comments. Greater than. This is a very important concept of finding top to maximum numbers. Update. We update the value of max2 before max1, because if we update the value of max1 before this process, we will lose the initial value of max1. Okay, update value of max2, while till that we will submit as well, not greater than max1 but greater than max2. Update value of max. Okay, so the answer beats 100%. It is the best answer. What is the time complexity? Time complexity is O of n, which is linear time, because we are iterating the loop only once, and we have zero, like two. We have used two extra variables, so extra variables are not considered, so it is constant. Okay, so if you guys have any doubt, do let me know. We have discussed the brute force and the optimal approach. Brute force is considered because the constraints are very small, and optimal approach because we have found a pattern that top two elements or the maximum two elements are to be considered, and we will use the method of two variables, and we'll iterate the loop once and find both the maximum and the second maximum, and we'll return the product by subtracting 1 from each element. Okay, so if you have any doubt, do let me know. The Excalibur link will also be shared in the description. Thank you.